the guns, the drugs from my generation. I'll take the fall, the saints, and across the nation. And it's a sin. The gods, the fake, the fraud, they're messing with me. Let's get it out.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the first round of
Giving it to you raw.
I am one of your co-hosts, Raul. You might recognize me from 3 Men in a Movie. This is my nephew, Napoleon.
My name is Victor, guys. Nice to meet you. Bullet Club.
All right. So tell them a little bit. What are we going to talk about?
So we're going to talk about wrestling, primarily WWE, but we will delve into the indies if big enough, if noticeable enough to mainstream.
And if you update me on that stuff, because I stay pretty strictly to WWE. I'm a professional, I'm a father, I do 3 Men in a Movie, watch a lot of movies and stuff. So for me, WWE has always been my one and only love, really, with wrestling, and with the long extended fandom that I've kept consistent with. Now I kind of sort of dive into some of the other organizations. But my man Victor here is my link to that outside world of the WWE universe.
So with that said, I do watch the indies sometimes. I'm not like always in the know. I do know major stuff. I'm not oblivious to it. I know about New Japan. I know about Ring of Honor. I know about WCPW. I know about that stuff. I'm not into it, but I know highlights and all that good stuff. So
I know about PCP. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So on this first episode, this first pilot episode, part of the reason that we decided to get this thing started was because of this past 2 weeks, Raw, the Raw show. Something happened in that Raw show that really stirred things up for us. So should we dive into it?
Yeah, let's dive into it. So we're going to talk about the Roman Reigns versus John Cena program they have going on right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, that seems like such a WrestleMania worthy, just match build-up. But, at No Mercy, some people are questioning it. I believe they're doing that because John Cena is going to go film the Bumblebee movie. And I heard he's in the front running to be Shazam in the new DC movie. So I think they're trying to get out the way as soon as possible.
Yeah.
From what I read, rumors obviously, there's supposed to be Samoa Joe versus John Cena. Yeah.
Okay, let me put this out here. I'm not really a big fan of Samoa Joe. I heard and saw a lot of excitement about it when he got onto the WWE.
Yeah.
But I think he's like a one-trick pony, that guy.
Of course.
Unless he shows us something else that we haven't seen. He's kind of boring to me. The Cena and Roman Reigns matchup is like old guard versus new guard.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, Roman Reigns is the new Cena.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah. So, look, I don't hate Reigns. I don't particularly like him. I don't hate him. I know that if it's a Roman Reigns match, there's prestige to it. It's a big deal. I get that. Him fighting John Cena, I knew it was going to happen sometime down the line. I was hoping it would be WrestleMania. It looks like a worthy main event. But I'm going to have to go with John on this one. I mean, it's John Cena, like that Superman.
Cena sucks.
No, he doesn't.
No, I like John Cena too. I like to love him and I like to hate him too.
But the thing is, honestly, they're both Superman. So I mean, one's like a new Superboy and another one's Superman.
No. He's the guy.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, neither one of them needs the win. I mean, if Reigns beats Cena, what does he get from that? He already beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania and allegedly retired him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it. Does Cena need to bury Reigns? Not really.
Well, does Cena need to bury anyone? Yet he does on a consistent basis. Now let's talk about what happened in last week's Raw and then what followed up in this week's Raw.
Right.
The banter, conversation, argument looked like it got pretty deep. I was reading about it online, and obviously WWE is always going to tell us that the storylines are, yes, rehearsed and planned, but that the wrestlers themselves are really speaking what they feel and talking about what they're feeling at the moment. But then you read online that, okay, next week something else is coming up, and then it comes true. So it kind of takes away from the value and the validity of the spur of the moment kind of argument. Okay. Yet, I don't care who you are, man. If you're a wrestler and the guy, which is in this case really John Cena, tells you that you pretty much need him. Yeah. In order to be somebody, and that he's kind of giving you a chance, and all the things that Cena said. Let's quote some of the Cena stuff that he said.
Let's paraphrase that. I might not know it.
Okay, no, it's gonna be paraphrased.
He told him, I believe it was, I'm a part timer, and I do it better than you, or something along those lines.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, but
yes.
He told him something. I'm a part timer, and you can't even do this full time, and I do this part time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, it is true.
The thing is, Cena has been doing it for so long that he can do it with his eyes closed. Yeah. You can even tell in the body language when Cena grabs the mic, he's moving around the ring and stuff, and kind of almost like a preacher. Yeah. And so you can't help but listen and perk your ears up. Roman's almost like he's double dutching the thing. Yeah. He wants to say something and really wants it to sting, but then kind of pulls back on it. Yet, flash forward to this week, and there was some pretty good little quips in there by Roman, especially the one talking about his junk. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. Something about his balls. I know you're referring to him. Just sorry, the line's blanking on me right now. But
Cena looks at Roman Reigns. Okay. And he tells him, "Oh, dude, your zipper's down." Okay. Right? Yeah. And then Roman, I thought, "Oh man, that's gonna kill Roman." I thought Roman's gonna look. Yeah. Right? Because that's like what the nerd does, like looks, and then like if it really is open, then what do? You zip up, and then you look like an idiot. Okay. And if it's not open, then you look like an idiot because you looked, right? The other guy made you look. Yeah. But instead of looking, he kept his composure, and he said, and I quote, he said, "No, man." He said, "It's not open. I burst it open. I'm the big dog." Like, that takes me back to being 12 years old, and then like in the schoolyard, like, that kind of thing. Like, you want to see CDs? You remember that one? Yeah. That's kind of what it was. And then Cena came back with him. That's the thing about the balls. And what did he say?
Paraphrasing. He said, "I'm looking for your balls, but they're not there." I mean,
okay. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, they put it, honestly, that was good. The mic, Cena takes it all the time. I mean, regardless of what little jab, this is Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather right here. Yeah. Whatever little jab that Roman gets in there, I mean, Cena's he's too overpowered, man. You can't beat him at the...
Yet Roman came back. Yeah. He can give it a shot. He's not. We already know that he's not as good on the mic as Cena. Yeah. And he said, "Oh, now I know what you're looking at." Mm-hmm. Right? So even Cena kind of smiled a little bit. Mm-hmm. It almost felt like if it is just a charade, and Cena's just like kind of actually helping him along, which could be the case, right? Because Cena is on his way out, whether he admits it or not. He's on his way out. He's going Hollywood, and it's going to work for him. It's already working for him. So if he's really actually taking Roman in that direction, he's actually helping him improve, because that little banter, the jokes and the bagging on each other back and forth was pretty good the second time around. I liked it. I liked it, and it's exciting. And now, No Mercy, who gives a crap? Right before, oh, No Mercy, no problem. Yeah. But now No Mercy has a solid match that at least I am excited about.
Honestly, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, because this pay-per-view looks better than SummerSlam to me. I mean, Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. I mean, that's been building for so long. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. I mean, I think that's gonna steal the whole night, because I mean that's a WrestleMania match.
That's WrestleMania.
That's The Rock versus Stone Cold. That's Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. It's main event stuff. I hope that's the main event. I would hate to put the Universal Championship like second to last, but I mean, there's so much prestige right there. I mean, those are your biggest dogs. That is Roman Reigns versus John Cena. Those are your biggest dogs. Whether you want to admit it or not, regardless of how you feel about them,
all right.
The biggest dogs.
So you mentioned Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. Okay. I want to mention that I like UFC, and I like KFC too, but I like UFC.
Prefer Chick-fil-A.
And, you know, Brock Lesnar goes back and forth depending on what roid cycle he's on.
Okay.
He either goes to UFC or he comes back to WWE.
Okay.
But up to this point, there hadn't been really a guy who they could put up against Lesnar in the WWE. And for us, the universe, to think, oh, there's a possibility of Lesnar losing other than The Undertaker.
Okay.
Okay?
So I find that very interesting that you brought that up because, I mean, no Universal Championship holder ever got the rematch. Kevin Owens never got his rematch against Goldberg. Finn Balor never got his rematch against whoever, right? Because, I mean, he never technically lost the title.
Yeah.
So just quickly, I do think that's like, it's weird. They're in a weird position right there because they don't want Brock Lesnar to lose to Finn Balor, who's 190 pounds compared to Brock Lesnar, 265. But I mean, I think they screw themselves over with the words that they say because they have, what is this rule that you have to defend the championship at least once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar was gone like for what, 3 months before he was around there.
Brock Lesnar's always gone.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like they put themselves in a hole right there now. I mean, that's the past is the past, right? So,
Yeah.
But still, I think that's kind of weird, like, because Finn Balor's just like right there swimming around, you know, Bray Wyatt and stuff like that.
Well, I know how you like Finn Balor.
Yeah,
I like Finn Balor
yeah.
as well, but we're talking about guy for guy.
Okay.
So we talked about Cena and we talked about Roman Reigns, and I feel like that's kind of guy for guy, different style, you know, different character. But we could be talking about Roman Reigns 5-6 years from now as, you know, the main guy, while Cena once in a while comes back and Roman is the star of the show.
Okay.
Well, when we talk about Brock Lesnar, we're talking about the beast, right?
Yeah, okay.
He's got his advocate, and he's got this whole thing around him and this whole production. Well, Braun Strowman, guy for guy, can take that spot.
Yeah.
And even if there's some toss-up questions in the John Cena and Roman Reigns rivalry, for me, in my opinion, there is no doubt in my mind that Braun Strowman can push the shit out of Brock Lesnar out of the fucking way and fully take over right now. Right now.
Interesting claim.
I really do think so.
Yeah.
I really do think so.
But are we giving Braun an advocate? Are we giving him a manager or something, or just him by himself?
Does Braun need an advocate in your opinion?
Does he need it? No. Would it create more aura, more, you know, maybe. I don't know. Let's give him Enzo.
Oh, poor Enzo. The 205s.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, if he's not doing anything on Raw, King Cruiserweights is not King, right? He's not going to be the king. He's going to be the champion. It's the next best thing. I mean, he's a champion there. I mean, might as well, right?
I guess. But we're still on Braun.
Okay.
I don't think Braun needs an advocate.
Okay.
See, Brock Lesnar, when he talks, even if we're going deep into the character part of it, which, you know, I think is a huge deal.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar speaks, his face and body don't go with his voice.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know, he almost has like a
old white man type, like very old, I think.
Yeah, like a country good old boy kind of guy with like a high pitched tone or like a real subdued kind of almost whispers a little bit.
Yeah.
We're talking about Braun Strowman, on the other hand,
that's a bear.
he doesn't even have to say words.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to put sentences together.
Yeah, just a yell.
Right?
Yeah.
His coming out song is his name.
Yeah.
And it's him saying it.
Yeah.
Bro, right?
Yeah.
That's all he needs.
Okay.
So he'll say 1, 2, 3 words, and you know he means business. Because a guy like that doesn't need to talk. And when he talks, he doesn't need to string phrases together.
Okay.
1, 2 words, I'm going to kill you. Boom, that's all you need. The Undertaker had that.
Okay.
But as he got a little older, he got a little more wordy, at least I think so.
He did.
But in the beginning, Undertaker, well, he had advocates too.
Yeah.
But when he would speak, people would listen because he'd say 1 or 2 words.
Yeah.
I think that's what Braun brings to the game. Plus the athleticism and the size and the skill. And he does things every week that like, whoa, how did a big dude do this? Right? Let's talk about the match with Braun and Big Show right now.
Okay. So, great match. They always have great matches. Last time they destroyed the ring. This time he put him to the steel cage. Poor Big Show. I mean, he takes a lot of the
Just
impact.
tossed
Yeah,
around.
like you wouldn't expect it from a big guy, right?
Yeah.
But, rumor has it that the reason for the being thrown over the cages, I think hip surgery
Yeah.
soon, so they're gonna use that to write him off TV, just to get him out, and maybe when he comes back later down the line.
Yeah.
Um,
We have a lot of issues with the McMahon.
Yeah.
Well, at least Stephanie and
Yeah.
Vince, right? Because I think everybody loves Shayna.
Yeah.
I love Shayna myself. But he himself, from what I understand, is taking a little vacation.
Yeah.
Yet the way that WWE right now is putting the departures together,
Yeah.
how they're building storyline around it, and then keeping it lingering for when they return,
Yeah.
is great.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Shayno's gonna go. What does he do? He bows out by kicking KO's ass, right?
Yeah.
And you think, oh, he's suspended. Great storyline. Big Show is gonna get surgery, but not without one last hurrah. They put his ass through a fucking cage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think WWE and the writers on the show, and both Raw and SmackDown, right now are doing, in my opinion, the best work they've done in a very long time. They're really bringing WWE back to where it used to be.
Yeah.
To where even the departures and the injuries have a storyline around them.
Yeah.
So I think we've told
Yeah.
you guys plenty of stuff about how we feel about the status quo of the WWE, both Raw and SmackDown, and the main events that are coming up in the pay-per-view. And so we're really excited about it. And so next week, we'll be talking about, again, Raw and SmackDown, but maybe... Yeah, maybe Hell in a Cell, or maybe Go Classic as well.
Yeah.
So we just want to talk about WWE with the rest of the universe because that's what we like.
Yeah. Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on Giving It to You
Raw.
Raw.